Hello, grade 4. In this video, we are going to make a quick revision for all the materials that we have taken throughout semester 3, so you could be ready for our exam. Let us first start by the mental division. So how can I divide mentally without making an operation? First of all, if you look at the first column, I have 28 or 2800 divided by 10. In this case, every time you see a division and the two numbers, both of them are multiples of 10, I cross out zeros in both numbers, but they should be the same. For example, if I cross out this zero, another zero should be crossed out from the first number, and I stop. Why do I stop? Because I don't have more zeros in the 10, so that's it. What's left is 280. 280 divided by 1 is 280. Okay, if you look at the second one, I have two zeros, so I need to cross out here two zeros. So I still have 307, and so on. In this case, only one zero is crossed out. So what's left is 285 and two zeros. What's crossed out means it's divided and the division is 1. So no need to keep them. But if you look at this case, in the 9 I don't have zeros. But if you look at the numbers 45, it could be divisible by 9 directly, which is 5. Now no zeros are crossed, so I keep them as they are. The third one also, if you look, I have 25 divided by 5 is 5, and no zeros are crossed, so I keep them out. In the second column, the same thing. I have here two zeros, so I cross them out, and what's left is 105. Here I have three zeros. I continue to cross out three zeros, so what's left is 2340 only. Now I cross out another two zeros, and what's left is 50. This one I don't have zeros in the divisor, so I just divide the numbers. 81 divided by 9 is 9, and I add two zeros. The last one also, 63 divided by 7 is 9, and three zeros. This is called mental division, so I can find directly the answer without performing the operation. This is another form of mental division, where if I look at the dividend, all the numbers 3, 6, 9, 3 are what? Are multiples of 3. In this case, I can find the quotient directly. How? I start. 3 divided by 3, 1. 6 divided by 3, 2. 9 divided by 3, 3. And 3 divided by 3 is 1. The same thing here. 9, 9. You will tell me that 1 is not a multiple of 9. Yes, that's true. But 18 as a number, it's a multiple of 9. So yes, I can say that it's 9, 9, 18. So they are multiple of 9. So let us start. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 9 divided by 9 is also 1. Now 18 divided by 9, I put it 0, 2. Okay? So I can find the division mentally. Now, another objective is how can I divide a whole number by one-digit divisor. So 5 is called divisor. 65 is called the dividend, and I'm trying to find the quotient. How? Don't forget that there are 4 important steps. To do them one after the other. First you divide, then you multiply, subtract, and bring down. So the first step is to divide. So I take the 6 and I divide. 6 divided by 5. Or in another word, I'm asking myself, how many 5s are there in the 6? So what's the number? You multiply it by 5 to get 6 or less. So it's 1. Now, after I divided, what do? I multiply the quotient by the divisor. 1 times 5 is 5. After multiplying, I subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. After subtraction, I bring down and I start all over again. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. Now multiply 3 times 5, 15. Subtract them, you get 0. And I don't have any other numbers to bring them down. Let us practice subdivision. I will start by this. 125 divided by 2. So the first step, divide. Is there any number you multiplied by 2 to get 1? No, so it's 0. 0 times 2 is 0. And I subtract them. Then I bring 2 down. Now I have 12. 12 divided by 2, it's 6. 6 times 2, 12. I subtract them and I bring 5 down. What's the number you multiplied by 2 to get 5 or less? It's actually 2. 2 times 2, 4. I subtract and I get 1. So how do I write it? It's actually 62 remainder 1. The second one, I have 245 and I'm trying to divide it by 5. I start by the first step. Divide, I cannot. So 0 times 5, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Now 45 divided by 5 is 9. Multiply, subtract, and that's it. So the number is 49. The remainder here is 0. In this one, the remainder is 1. Okay, so this is the quotient. Now, another objective is addition and subtraction of decimal numbers. We need first to learn the basic steps. The basic steps, first you have to line up the numbers by the decimal point, fill in missing places with zeros, then add or subtract. Let us take an example. I have 25.63 plus 14.2. I'm going to write it here. 25.63 plus 14.2. The first step, as we said, I need to line up the numbers by the decimal point. First, look at the whole part. I arrange or line up the whole part under each other, the ones under the ones and the tens under the tens. Then I place the point under the point, the tenths under the tenths, and the hundreds. If I don't have hundreds, I just put it 0. So fill in missing places with 0, then add or subtract. This is addition, so I add them. 3, 6 plus 2 is 8. I place the point and then I continue, and this is the answer. Now let us do the second one, which is subtraction. Don't forget to put first the whole part. So 67, and I put the 4 under the 7 because both of them are ones or in the ones place. The point under the point, the tenths under the tenths. And now I subtract. I cannot subtract 3 minus 4, so I borrow from the 7. Now 13 minus 4 is 9. I place the point and I continue subtraction. Now the multiplication of decimal numbers by a whole number. In this case, when I need to multiply, I don't need to line up the factors by the decimals. Why? We will see. Let us see. Suppose I have 2 times 3.4. Let us do it. First, I'm going to place the number with the most digits above. So place the number with the more digits on top. Then line up the other number underneath at the right, whatever you want. For example, 2. Now let us multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. I just ignore the point. Till now, I pretend that there are no points and I'm just doing a multiplication of whole numbers. 2 times 3 is 6. Now what do? I look at the decimal number I have and I circle the decimal part. How many digits I have in the decimal part? Only 1. So I go to the number and I move 1 place to the left and I place the point. Why did I move only one place? Because I have one digit in the decimal part. If I have two digits, so I move two to the left. Okay? Let us do another example. So I told you to put the number with the most digits on top. Then place the second number below it anywhere you want. It doesn't make a difference. Okay? Let us start multiplying. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. Okay? Now I put 0. And I might multiply the number by 1. So nothing will change. Now let us add them. 2, 7, 14, 5. As I told you, you go to the decimal number, you circle the decimal parts. How many digits do you have? Only one. So you place the point. In this part, I'm going to talk about the word problems. But before I start, I should remind you that I have two cases of a problem. The one-step problem and two-step problem. The difference between them is that in the one step you only do one operation to answer the question. While in the two step you need to do two different operations in order to answer the question. Look at this question. Hadi has $4.5 in his piggy bank. So Hadi has $4.5. Pretend yourself in this problem. So I'm going to cross Hadi and I'm going to put Manal. Everyone, cross the word, the name, and pretend yourself in this situation. Pretend that you have $4.5 in your piggy bank, and your brother or sister has $1.6 more than you. So, your brother or sister, how much do they have in their piggy bank? So they have 1.6 more than you. The word more should indicate that it's plus. So the only thing that I'm going to do in this problem to answer the question is just to add the numbers in order to get how much your brother or sister have in their piggy bank. So you do 4.5 plus 1.6. That's it. 5 plus 6, it's 11. I place the point as it is. 4 plus 1, 5 plus 1, it's 6. So I just answer the question. Shadi have $6.1. This is another type of word problem, which is the two-step problem. Let us see why it's actually two steps. Huda enters a bakery. She buys a chocolate cake. So first she bought chocolate cake for $3.2. And she also bought a pie for $1.9. Okay, so she bought chocolate cake and a pie. She gives the clerk $20. Okay, now I need to know how much money must the clerk give her back. In order to know how much he will give her back, at least I should know how much they actually cost. How can I know how much do they cost? I need to add the two prices. So first step is to add 3.2 and 1.9 in order to know the total price of all the things that she bought. So the addition is $5.1. So they cost $5.1. But she gave the clerk $20. How much he will give her back? So this is another step. In this step, I need what? To subtract $20 minus 5.1. So it's $14.9. So the clerk will give her back how much? $14.9. Is it clear? And now, for all those who are watching me, I will tell you that this question, what I'm going to say now, is coming typically in the exam. Do you still remember how do I add decimals mentally? For example, if I have 1.5 plus 0.5, so one and a half plus half, it's actually 2. Do you still remember the apples? when we cut the apples into half, then into quarters, and we start talking about a quarter that it's 0.25, a half is 0.5. You should pay attention now because they are coming typically in the example. For example, if I have 1.25 plus 0.25, so 1/4 an apple plus quarter an apple is 1.5 an apple. Okay? So go back to this, revise it because it's coming typically. Okay?